it's more than just a browser. They've also actually got widgets like the Apple Vision Pro as well.
It's just an idea from my side.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
They've
no,
kind of
I really like
ripped
it.
that off a little bit, haven't they?
More the that I don't
Which is okay.
want to have the video player all the time
That's okay.
playing and to waste
No.
resources.
Hello.
So
No.
I'm not
I'm,
megaphoned.
I'm really looking for a solution to make this more performant.
Do we need to be
You
megaphone?
just use it.
Can't
in a
we
single
all
place.
just
Yeah, and
telepathically
Time
talk?
turquoise
Maybe we just have a
arrived.
conversation.
Still like,
Do we have to
couple
megaphone?
megabytes as well,
Is it a
so,
requirement?
Yeah, because some
Hello,
people are
kind
louder than you,
turquoise.
Shane.
So you just
Am I
want
not
a
loud
link
enough? Is that what it is? I
somewhere,
should
right?
megaphone because I'm not loud enough?
Megaphone, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well,
Who's
You-
louder?
you-
They
Shiseki-
should turn
Shiseki
their mics
thinks
down,
more-
right,
more stuff to
guys?
the-
We're
Sorry.
we're
To the
important.
Unity build, you want to have a link somewhere, right?
Okay, megaphone Shiseki.
Oh,
Yeah,
we can
problem is
talk.
if you
Yeah, we
add
can
a full
Yay.
video
Yeah,
I talk really
into
calmly.
the asset
Everybody
bundle,
wave at the
Welcome to-
live stream.
this will just
Home to Tech Waffle.
up the
Yes,
file
hello,
size of
live stream.
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
20 megabytes, and I'm already at 100, so
Yeah.
and I still want to add more.
Oh.
But I
Real
can
calm.
definitely make it load
Take
from
off the thing.
URL as a separate
Yeah.
Be
video.
real calm and
Yeah.
talk
Actually,
about
Oh.
tech.
I actually
Oh,
think
a
that's
real
the best
quiet-
solution using
I don't know
Unity's
if
video
it's
player,
quiet on this.
because
Is this
then
the bus?
I can actually
As
just
the
trigger
guests
it. It
join
won't
the
be
event,
perfectly
convey
synced,
balance on the tables.
Are you on
but
PC? Did you turn your voice down
I can
to,
probably add a
7
hidden
or
button,
something
an
like that?
interaction
Or
you
how
have
do
to
I-
do
You're
to make
talking
it
quiet?
play.
Or-
Maybe
just
you have
talking
to
really quiet,
climb
yeah.
on
Oh, really?
on the cow's head,
Yeah.
Oh, wait, really?
Yeah,
That
and
one?
then it
don't
will
tell
play
me.
the
The
video.
mic you just picked here. No?
Really good job.
I would
another
like to
thing?
find it myself if you do a Easter egg.
Hey, Cyrus.
Hey, that was your idea. You have to
Oh.
show
That's on
people
your
the
TV
way.
You're a moderator now, Cyrus.
Oh.
Congratulations.
Oh,
indirectly.
congratulations. Congratulations, Cyrus.
Okay, I will try to think
You can
about
kick me.
something.
Go ahead and kick me.
Oh, here
No?
we go.
That was a test. You passed. Well done.
You were about to get banned.
Sorry, I'm not like the people at Deadhaven. I'm not just gonna.
Oh, I would. Honestly, you're a better person than me. I would have done it. I would have been like, yeah, no sweat. Kapow. Yeah, either way, I would have been cool.
It's been a hot week of tech news. I
Has it?
think.
Oh, Bob's
I see.
got all the inside scoop, you guys. Honestly, I'm so bad. I come to this and I just freeball it. I spend most of the day editing videos for Banter Highlights tomorrow, but Bob's got it all there. He's got his
I have to
notes.
meticulously
He's like a
look
journalist.
through.
He's been
Yeah,
doing
I-
research.
Shane's
all
one of
this
those
people
people who are like,
I've got a print
Oh,
off right here,
shit,
guys.
I have an
This is
event to
paper
go
right
to.
here.
what do we do?
Paper printed.
Oh, I'm 5 minutes late. I just rock in and just freeball it.
Yep.
He's like, what do we do? What's on
Yeah.
the schedule? There is no schedule. Okay.
Well, we normally do like, I don't know, 45 minutes of just waffling about nothing related to tech, and then we'll do the last 15 minutes about, we'll cram everything into the last 15 minutes, and then yeah. How's that for a plan, guys? There we go. Okay, so we'll start off by talking about what you had for breakfast. So yeah,
Oh,
we'll
Cereal.
start with you now there, Arklet. What did you have for breakfast?
I had leftover Chinese.
Brilliant.
Yep.
Leftover
that
Chinese.
sounds awesome. Honestly, that sounds amazing. I had cornflakes. It's
Oh,
boring.
it is.
A
last
joke,
night's
a
Who doesn't like
joke.
Chinese
Chinese.
food?
Last night's
Well,
Chinese.
American
That's
Chinese
like
food, I
as
should say,
good as
'cause-
last night's pizza.
Absolutely.
I'll just run through the some of the things that I've got just to kind of spice up your brains, and then we can jump into some of the topics, and then we'll do a bit of riffing in between, right? So here we are. So
Brain spice.
if you guys we did like a little OpenAI stream thingy earlier on this week where you got to see the latest from OpenAI's what they've got up their bag, and it was timed pretty cool, or pretty well. Anyway, Google and OpenAI, they had their
Sorry,
two
nerd, just
events pretty
dropped in
close to
from
each other,
another
and it's
dimension.
clear that they are trying to take steam away from each other. But I hate to say it, but Google didn't seem that strong on this occasion. We'll go into more details in a little bit, but some key things to note from the OpenAI whatchamacallit? I don't even know what it was called. Just an announcement, I guess. There's another one coming soon actually
showcase,
as well. That's
demo
the
day.
GPT-5, but that's not been
Yeah.
announced yet. But yeah, They showed off
Okay,
the new
Banter VR.
GPT-4 Omni. They called it 4.0, and then they basically just merged 4 models together to make it more
VR.
more optimized, and it is fast. It's crazy. If any of you have got GPT Plus, you can try it right now, and I think some of you guys, if you've got the free version, you can also select it from there. Yeah, so some big points that were on the announcement video is they were showcasing their app, right? So they had this app, and it was all on iPhones. So Android, you won't get this app for possibly, I don't know. There seems to be like a timed exclusive thing that's
Fuck
going on right now,
you, Android
or it
users.
could be a fully exclusive thing. I'm not sure what's going on right now. But yeah, they've got the app for that coming out soon for the iPhone. They've got the Mac OS app as well, which is like a companion app, so you can have it running on the side, and then in real time it can see your screen. You can ask it stuff, and then it will do stuff. Yeah, without you needing to copy stuff into GPT all the time. So yeah, it's pretty cool, but unfortunately only for Mac right now. So yeah, Mac, Apple, and OpenAI have got some deal going on. Um, yeah. What else could I add to that one there? They had
I have
they
something.
showcased the. Sorry, go on, Lily.
Yeah, the 4.0 model is now free for everyone. No more
There we
Plus
go.
subscription needed. And also the Android app now has vision options and all the
Who is
assistant
Cyrus is
system,
here
so you
for
can
cuddles
just talk
and
with it
milk and
like
is all out
to
of cuddles.
Really nice
normal
one.
AI assistant and just show pictures, and it's pretty fun to play with.
Nice.
Just give it a
I'll have to
try.
give
Is
that a
that
go.
that's on Android?
Yes,
I'm
it.
gonna
I,
So it's
I
the
think
same
it
as the
released
one,
yesterday.
the same as the demo that they had on the other day.
Not quite. So the only thing that's actually missing is the constant video stream, where you can just stream your camera full time. You can just
Gotcha.
create pictures and just post pictures into the chat dialogue. But even that is already pretty cool. Like
But
just
it's
making a
turn-based though,
picture
right?
and let it find stuff or translate stuff or just make a fun song about something that's in the picture.
That's neat, and it's got the old speech-to-speech kind of assistant setup
Yes,
with the sort of
exactly. So,
latency that they had on the demo day.
um,
No, you've
it
got to
is
tap to
pretty
record your
fast.
voice.
No. It's super fast. You can really just have like a conversation. The only thing that's missing is a voice interruption. So you actually have to press a
Gotcha.
button if you want to interrupt. That's still
Gotcha.
missing.
Gotcha.
But yeah, the
That's
voices are
interesting,
pretty
though.
good. You can select between, I think, 5 different voices. And yeah, it can't sing yet. So when you
Oh.
ask it to sing a song, it's
Purple Matt
just
has
reading it.
logged into the mainframe.
Only in
Oh,
What
iPhones like that.
Purple
languages
Matt.
can you choose from?
What's that?
What languages can you choose from for translation?
Uh, that's a good question. I don't know. I can have a quick look.
I wonder if it leverages Whisper right under the hood, so there might be a lot of everything to English. Hey Matt, how you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Great.
Welcome
Good to
to
see
Tech
you.
Waffle.
Thank you, Bob.
We just went over then the OpenAI announcement that happened this week, going over some of the things there and some of the exclusives that Mac and iPhone have got. But Elaine just
Yeah,
added
we
there
think
that
Apple are in
Android
on it.
have got most of it too.
We think OpenAI have been taking everybody for a ride. 10 billion in investment
Yeah.
from Microsoft, and now honestly, I
Have a
didn't
question
believe it
about
when
that.
somebody said it to me. There's a guy in our team. His name is Brian, and he's an Apple fanboy, and you know he'll self profess that. But it was something he said actually. It was just like the first thing is, I bet you they're going to replace Siri with this thing they've just demoed this week. And I didn't even realize it at the time. I thought it was a Windows machine when I was looking at it, but it wasn't. It was a Mac.
Continuous
And all the
Blush has
phones that
joined
were
the
shown
space.
were iPhones. And there's
Someone you don't know
apparently
has
talk
joined.
of some
Quick, hide your
new stuff
avatars.
coming on the whole AI front from Apple very soon. So the timing here
Faithful Gold has joined the
is
space. Sevic is
interesting,
here to
right?
kiss
I
snowy
think
butt
to some
cheeks.
degree, but I
Quick
think
hide the
what
drugs
OpenAI
fire
have kind
rat
of
is now
unveiled
part
is
of our
a
virtual mischief.
Siri killer, Google Assistant killer, Amazon Alexa killer, right? All of these are going to be pretty much dead compared to what they've revealed. And if Apple somehow gets some sort of exclusivity on that for a short space of time, that could give them a serious upper hand in something I think otherwise Microsoft are pretty much dominating everywhere else, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Google, Microsoft, they've oh, sorry, there's that.
We're all whispering.
Yeah, yeah, I was just going to bring up then as well the fact of I don't know if anybody's noticed recently, if you use Google now, I think this is just I think they had this up their sleeve and they were just waiting to roll it out. But if you use Google now, depending on what you're searching, you'll get a summarized AI thing, which is funny because OpenAI are going to announce their search engine pretty soon with their GPT-5. So yeah, Google are really trying to catch up now because they're I keep saying this every single week. I don't use Google anymore. I get frustrated at using Google. So yeah, it's nice to see them doing it, but yeah, I don't know. I'm an OpenAI app GPT fanboy now, and I'll keep saying it. What else was I gonna?
Oh boy.
Bob, I've got something I'd like you to waffle on about if you could.
Go on
So
then.
how far about
Oh.
AI in general? How far off is it before, hypothetically, if you just take, let's say, your favorite book and you just literally dump the entire content of that book into an AI, large whatever they're called, large language model or whatever, and it then takes, that the context of that and creates an entire movie, like maybe borrows like information from the internet, like trying to, put all that together, but it just spits out a movie and people just can create their own movies just
It can
based
be
on a
done
book and
now.
just dump it.
It's just a matter of plugging it all together at the moment. It's all there, but all separated. But yeah, in the near future, it'll all just be in there. You can just chuck images at ChatGPT now, and it'll just animate them now. And I'm sure Aline knows a few different AI things out there that will manipulate images into movies and stuff. So it's all out
Sora,
there. It's just a matter of bringing it
probably
all
the most
together in a
exciting.
seamless thing. It's crazy. It's crazy
So how
times
far
now,
off do you
and
think that is
everything's just
before,
maybe this year. You could probably do it this year. It'd be
Wow.
real jank, but it's that's how fast all this stuff's moving now. And what was it? I think Microsoft funding with OpenAI, like a $2 billion or $2 trillion supercomputer. We mentioned this last week as well. So
Zellrainer
yeah,
just
it's
dropped
just gonna
in
get
from another
crazy. It's just gonna get really, really crazy. Everybody should really keep their eyes on this whole AI thing now because it's
There are a
it's
lot of
yeah.
implications you can go with that.
Transcendence, right? The
Yeah,
singularity.
and
Doomed.
going more into that app as
We
well,
are
right?
doomed.
That it's like Her, like it's like that
But
movie
let's
Her.
just hurdle ourselves on it as fast as we possibly can, right? What a way to go out.
Go out with a bang.
At the end of it, we
Embrace
could be
it,
like,
yeah.
well, let's have a big party and we'll wreck the joint.
Don't forget to say please, thank you, and sorry to AI as well. Every time
Yeah.
you ask it a question, if it messes up,
We know how this
you messed
goes.
up, okay? It's us that messed up, not AI,
all seen the
okay? Because in the
movies.
future, it'll
We've all
remember.
seen The Matrix. We need to immediately reverse course on climate change. We need to wreck this joint. Right? We need to
Let's just
scorch the skies.
turn the sky
Because
black, yeah.
otherwise they'll get solar powered. Right?
It's
So
the only
let's get
way.
ahead of
The
this,
biggest
guys.
plot hole of the Matrix movie.
Hashtag scorch the skies. Right? Let's go.
Yeah, I never got that. I never understood that
Yeah.
plot point. But yeah, they had so the chat thing that they were showing off, as Aline was saying there, it's got real time cutoff, so you can interrupt it and it will stop itself. So what they demoed is they had two iPhones next to each other running the app, and then they initiated one and then told it to wait after they told it to what to say. And they even told it explicitly that you're going to chat to another AI, and then they were just chatting to each other, singing off each other, and waiting for the other one to stop before the other one would continue. And it's just it's just getting crazy. But as also Aline just said as well, don't feel like that you can't experiment with this kind of stuff now. because it's on the Android app.
I
but you
honestly
don't
had
get
no
the
idea.
cutoff.
I'm gonna go and check that out as soon as.
I've just looked at it right now. It's there. I can see it. It's got everything that you want. You can turn on your camera right now, and it can.
Do you
Oh,
need a
bloody
a
hell.
Plus subscription for it right now, or can you access
No,
it without?
that's the thing. It's completely free.
Jesus.
But you have
Wow.
limited context size, so you have just about 1/3 of the context size as you have with the Plus subscription. So
Right.
yeah, you can just shuffle 40 pages of PDF in there and
Gotcha.
expect it to summarize everything perfectly.
Jesus.
But something else, I want to hop onto the movie thing because it's not just a single AI that will create your movies based off a book. So first you need the large language model to write the
Script.
how is it called? The script. Is it just called script? Is there not a specific term in English for
The
movie?
voice bits of the script, and then the
Yeah,
screenplay is the visual
dialogue.
kind of storyboard.
Yeah, the screenplay. So yeah, you need an LLM to write this. Then you need the dialogue generation, which is already pretty good. Oh, by the way, Amazon has started just shuffling AI generated audiobooks on their audiobook platform and didn't even tell anyone. People
It's crazy.
just figured it out by coincidence that now about 20,000 audiobooks are just written by read by AI. No human
That's
anymore
interesting.
involved. And yeah, then you have the video generation, which is mainly based on image generation. You just generate your initial image, and then from this on, you feed it into another AI system that will generate a video sequence out of it. And then probably you need a director AI that puts every pieces together. So-
Oh boy, there's a whole production team of AIs.
Yeah, but that's actually something OpenAI also were talking about, but
Yes.
didn't told anything in the announcement, and that was AI agents, where you just have different agents for different tasks,
Roles.
and they would just work together, and you just build your AI agent team to build the stuff you want to build.
We are doomed.
But yeah, what I read on in some Twitter posts that those kind of things were at least now too powerful to be released anytime soon. Same with Zora. People could just use it, yeah, for bad things. That's why they're holding it back. But yeah,
Yeah,
open
you
source community is catching up, so you will get those things sooner or later.
It's inevitable. Yeah, it's really inevitable. I've seen some music videos now. I mean, it generally feels like, in some regards, the tone is changing, right? Within closed teams or whatever, they're using AI almost entirely, and they're reducing their, you know, the time it would take to produce the content from years to weeks with a minimal
Yeah.
team. And it, what they're producing looks good. It's entertaining, so it is inevitable. It is.
Well, it's
So
kind of similar to what they were showing off on the Google thing. I didn't want to jump over there just yet, but I can probably just touch on them quickly.
Oh
But yeah,
no,
Google
Shane
had
just dropped in from
their
another
announcement
dimension.
this week as well, 2 days after the
Oh
OpenAI
no,
one.
Shane beamed
Without going
in.
into too much detail, they showed off this little thing where they had directors and artists that were collaborating with Google and the AI team, and they were showing off these directors now taking advantage of Google's new uh, basically video generation stuff. I guess it's just image warping, like whatever fancy stuff. But yeah, they had these directors now saying, "Oh, this would take us months before to visualize or whatever, but we can just type in the prompt, and then they can even
Oh no,
prompt
Shane is
the
wanted
way the
in
camera
several
moves,
other
what it
spaces.
sees, what's
Take
going on in the
cover and
scene,
shoot.
and then yeah, it's crazy. And music producers as well. They were showing off what's his name? the guy who does the live loot box and stuff on Facebook. I can't remember his name now. God damn it! But anyway, they had him and a few others, and they were taking some of the stuff that they had just made and then just remixing it on the fly to a completely different style. So it's nice now to see artists
Beardy
kind of
Man?
changing their tone, because they were quite restrictive before and like, oh, AI is going to kill the music industry, but now artists themselves are embracing it. So there's been a big shift now. It's interesting to see how minds are changing on the whole. But yeah, and you were saying about the agents there, Aline. Google, to bring up another point, counter to OpenAI, they announced their another thing, because their AI is called Gemini. They had this agent system as well called Gems, so you could create a gem, which is a
Oh no.
like an instance of
AI
Gemini that
gem?
you can program
Oh no.
to be an agent of some sort to do specific tasks, and you can save it, so it's like its own thing. Yeah, I'm also. Should I just go over into the Google one now? I can probably just jump into that one. I don't know if anybody else had any hot takes. Should we do some hot takes quickly? Let's do some hot takes.
Yeah,
You
I
love
took
the
a
Oh, hot
picture
take.
of the
Zeffy?
screen with the.
Huh?
What? No, I said I
What?
took a picture with the ChatGPT on the Banter screen here, and it says it was
Nice.
actually a VR social app, so it could identify that as well. So that's nice.
From a screenshot
Did it have?
Yes,
of this,
Did it
what we're
have the
doing right
file
now.
name? What was in
you
the
got
file
it
name now?
you got it in Discord, Bob.
Oh, that's yeah. Let me have a look at that now.
Oh,
Did
I
you
have to
take a
test it.
picture
I'm
using?
making I'm making a
Sorry.
screenshot now with my phone from my screen. Let's see how this turns out.
Oh yeah, that's the perfect test right there. If it figures that out, that's perfect. And we're
It's
doomed.
I did this as well, actually. I think a few days ago, I had a video of me inside virtual reality, inside the Quest Home, just looking around, and I just chucked it into GPT, and I just didn't give it any prompts, and then I just said, "What's going on here?" And then by the looks of it, it looks like it's potentially inside the Meta Quest Home, and I was like, "What?" Yeah, yeah, it's pretty cool. It even analyze the squareness of the video as well to add to it, saying, oh yeah, normally videos that are square are
Chatty
more
just
likely to be
stumbled
VR
into our
and
virtual
whatever. Yeah, but
realm.
anyway,
Someone hold their hand. They
yeah,
looked lost.
Crazy.
Okay,
it's just
it failed.
interesting. It's just so interesting. It's crazy.
What did it think? What did it say
Okay,
it was?
what are your guesses? What do you guess what it thought it
A
is?
cartoon.
It thought it was a picture from a phone of something blurry.
Shot, VR shot.
No. No.
I knew exactly everything.
Okay,
Thanks.
so it
Second
first
Life.
said it is Rec Room. Then I said,
Oh.
no, that's
pretty
not
close.
Rec Room. Then it said, oh, that's PlayStation Home. Then I said, no, it's not PlayStation Home. Then it said, oh, this is VR Chat. I said, no, that's not VR Chat. Then it said,
It's getting
this is
closer.
Fortnite.
Ding 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 ding.
We've all got a
We have a
false name.
winner.
Process of elimination. It get there.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah.
When I ask it, when I say it's not Fortnite, oh, now it says it's spatial.
It's
Closer.
circling the drain there, isn't it? Yeah, definitely.
Just glad it didn't say Second
Spatial's
Life.
closer.
Oh, now
Yeah.
it's okay.
Rec
Now
Room,
it's
VR
Meta
Chat,
Horizon.
Spatial.
Oh, for God's
Oh,
sake!
Jesus.
Oh man, that's
And it's
every
going
other
back.
app. Oh. Woo! Yes.
Hey, they mentioned you.
We
crazy.
I love how it always
Jesus.
picks out you out of everything.
We are doomed.
The funny thing is, it always picks
Yeah.
out Gooch
Yeah.
out of everybody.
So like,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
say this is banter, will it
I don't know what it
Hang
is.
on there, Echo. Let me get you a megaphone. Go on, buddy.
I can make a phone myself.
Discord kitty beamed in.
Oh, I was gonna say, so if everyone's like correcting it, right, because it learns from us and say, no, this is banter, do you think at what point would it start going, oh, that's banter?
For the next person?
That's
I mean,
not how it
pretty
works.
soon.
It does
It's
not learn
based
from
on
your
internet.
responses.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to teach it with codes or something?
Actually, it does, but only for your account. So ChatGPT has now memory, but it's bind to your account. So it will only remember what you said to him, but not what others said to it.
It won't learn
And
until
also
the entire
between-
bulk of like written knowledge changes. That's the thing
Yes.
that's limiting with LLMs, right? Like it has a
Yes.
very, very long feedback loop. So like it takes like the entire like, you know, global set of documents have to change for its understanding of the world to change. And when we're really doomed and when things are really going to get interesting is when these kind of technologies get combined with things like reinforcement learning, which then give AIs the ability to do the scientific method so that they can experiment and, you know, and learn from their experiments and then, you know, and grow from their experiments. Because that's like the one advantage humans have over AIs right now is like they're pretty bad at that kind of stuff still. Like, you know, creating new knowledge, performing
they'll have
science.
reinforcement models now. That's how they're all getting trained now. These models, they're just AIs training AIs.
Yes.
They'll just keep chunging
But
through different
Dynamic
different.
auras,
Yeah,
all
it's-
sorts
It
of
is so
something
far
works,
behind
and then
though,
they'll
like,
grab that
like
one.
Yes.
It's insane.
it's so
Yes,
far
it's not-
behind
it's not
though. Like,
real time.
Yes.
yeah, it's like it's not nearly. I mean, you look at an LLM, it's like it's not like really learning on that kind of like short cycle learning, and that's what's really required for, you know, kind of the really like
Dynamic
you know, kind of
reinforcement is
closed
when
loop.
it's gonna get
Yeah,
crazy. Yeah.
yeah.
Because at the moment, because it's set at checkpoints, man, the model that you're using is kind of fixed in stone until they bring the other one out, and then the only thing that they can change is the information that it pulls from.
Yeah, an LLM is like a really smart person on an island that has limitless books available to them, and they're writing letters to like a bunch of people about stuff that they've learned about those books, but they can't, you know, get new books until the people in the outside world, you know, write those books and it gets back to them. So like it's like a really limiting way to do learning, but it's a great way to aggregate and communicate existing language and knowledge. I think LLMs are largely misinterpreted as being smarter than they are. They're just they're aggregators of our human understanding right now. Like, and they need to be able to learn to be more than that.
And we still don't even know how it all works, really. We've just made these models that just do this thing, and it's just mainly purely accident that it's all happened like this. And then we're just kind of building up on this accident with more shit that just works. And they're like, oh, okay, that now makes this happen. Then this is exactly what we want as the turnout from this question that we asked it. And then okay, but we still don't know how it all works behind the scenes because it's all just generated. It's just just fake neurons getting connected. It's insane. And
well, like AIs are becoming better at making AIs than humans. So
yeah, we're all doomed. It's we're going to be brained in vats or just in a bathtub of slime with a thing in our head.
It sounds
I mean, it's a combination of these things.
Go on, Lisa. Sorry, Shane. Sorry.
I was actually
everybody.
watching.
Sorry, go.
Sorry.
No, you go.
I'll shut up. I was
no,
watching.
You go, Lisa.
I was watching a YouTube video this afternoon, which kind slightly getting off the topic a little bit. Just
No,
it was about some guy who is a graphic designer, worked for a company for 6 years, and he's lost his job to AI. The company's made all the graphic designers redundant, basically, and they're only using AI, and they've trained their AI on his templates, on his work, and just re-churning it out, and he feels pretty sour about that. But that's beside the point. What I thought was actually food for thought was a comment at the underneath this video. One of the comments, one of the listeners had written, which was that a couple of decades ago we were striving to make robots that could do all the hard labor so that we could concentrate on art and creativity, and now AI's doing all the art and creativity, and we are having to do all the hard graft.
Oh no. We see that's what the AI wants, right? It wants us doing the hard graft because it's going to take over and have all the creativity, and we'll be just doing all the hard graft. That's basically it was the plan all along.
Yeah.
It almost sounds like what we're describing, though, we're surrounding the idea that what AI seems to be really missing is fundamental imagination, which, like Matt was saying, it aggregates things, but it doesn't actually create something fundamentally at a ground level new. What happens if AI does get to the point that it has actual imagination? Is that consciousness? Is that sapience? Is that, parity with, human, being to be parity with human cognition if it has actual imagination, inspiration that goes beyond just what's aggregated?
But that's what it is, right? It's inspiration. So everything that we do is normally inspired by other things as well, right? So we are no different from AI on that aspect. And what is true inspiration or an original thing? There's got to be, yeah, I'm sure there's a whole psychological, philosophical lecture or something there about that alone. Yeah, and I'm sure there's studies on the AI side of it too. Sorry?
If we make them and they become somewhat like us, then that means that we have a creator as well. Like, why not?
Oh boy,
yeah.
Hot take over there.
I'm not religious, by the way. I'm just saying it makes you think. Yeah.
Yes, the creator could be an AI, right?
Yeah,
it does really make you think about it all.
I'm just saying, creator.
Thanks for that.
I mean, I think right. So here's something interesting. There's obviously what we're aware of, and then I think what's still being held as corporate secrets or whatever the hell is kind of going on behind the scenes. But you take a lot of this stuff and put it together, like the LLM stuff today are basically the historical memory that a future AGI is going to be born with, right? It's going to instantly come into existence with a massive amount of knowledge, and put that together with more reinforcement, more I don't know, better multimodal ability to just interpret the world. Like, there's every possibility as we stand here right now, we're not aware of it, but there is an AGI prototype. However primitive it might be, it might exist right now, today, right? There might be something out there that has the ability to just continue to develop on its own. And however fragile that existence might be right now, it could very well be something that will accelerate. Oh my God, what the hell happened to Bob, you guys?
Yeah, I found out about him and he took him out.
Oh no. Somebody
He's the first
to check on Bob.
He's entered the singularity.
Okay. That's right. This is interpretive dance. He is submitted to our new AI overlords, and he realizes that this is what they've figured out is, they take flossing and all sorts of various different social gestures, mix it together as the universal. Oh, you gotta get the hand.
Get his pose. We do his pose
Like this, and then up behind your head.
Bob, yeah, good leader.
This is it, right? Everybody, this has just turned into an improv yoga class. Oh no, he's there. He's there. He's doing the next move, you guys. Okay, so everybody turn around, face Bob, and now we're going to do this move.
Oh, he's so good at this, isn't he?
And
I want to follow him everywhere.
Then everybody, you ready for the next move? The next move is explode.
Oh,
there we
go. I have something to add.
Go ahead, Cyrus. Something about Bob.
All right. No, not about Bob.
Oh no, it's too soon, man.
But I've been using AI to generate art prompts and stuff.
Yes.
So basically, it just helps me to create better artworks.
Kiss snowy butt cheeks.
Right.
Like, so I use ChatGPT. Yeah, I use ChatGPT to come up with I ask it to give me like a character design based in like a superhero world and stuff, and then it gives me like the character, their weapon, their backstory, what environment, and everything.
Wow.
Their costume design.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's the interesting thing, right? We say that the current LLMs aren't able to think critically and create new things, but God knows, I mean, you take a lot of generative stuff and put it together, you could
3R has
consider that
entered
to
the
be something
simulation.
partially new, right? It's something that's a culmination of many things, but something that likely didn't exist before that time. So I mean, it's yeah, I don't know. I definitely think there's a lot to debate there around what is and isn't.
Yeah, the most recent one it came up with for me was the Chronos Timekeeper. He's basically a dude who carries around a scythe that has like clocks on it.
Right.
Yeah. And it was like pretty cool.
Bob's back.
Bob Works is here for
Yay.
cuddles
Oh,
and
he's back.
milk and is all out of cuddles.
Welcome back.
My bad.
The AI didn't take you out. Not yet, anyway.
No, I'm here. Sorry, guys. Sorted the battery.
Yeah,
was
I
in
mean,
here just
Aline
for a
was
little
doing
bit
something
too, yeah.
earlier. No, go ahead, Bob. No, you go
I
ahead.
was just going to say,
No,
I
you go
jumped
ahead.
back in, but then it was just the
Sorry, go ahead,
megaphone
Bob.
people only, so I just had to
Oh.
rejoin the space. Nobody else could see me. Yeah, anyway, sorry, guys.
Would you like to megaphone while you megaphone your megaphone?
We're all megaphone.
Let's megaphone everybody, am I right?
Oh boy.
Let's go and do it. Once and for all, you guys.
Oh no.
No, look, shaking their head. What are you doing, you fucking blackguard? Oh god.
Town square.
What did I miss in that 3 or 4 minutes? I don't know what it was then. Sorry, guys.
We were
Well,
following
you
your
were doing
your
impromptu
yoga moves.
yoga, and everybody
Nice.
jumped in and copied
then
you.
you did this.
Oh, amazing. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thanks,
A
guys.
live
entire room.
apricot
All part
has
of the plan.
logged into the
I feel so
mainframe.
much better now.
And then I talked about generating art prompts with AI.
Yep. That's it. That's true.
That's about it. Yeah, that's all that happened.
And then you came back. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know, we didn't mention it actually. They showcased going back to the OpenAI thing. I don't know if we still can go on that quickly there, but they showcased real-time translation now. So they just said to it, "Hey there, I would like you to live translate this conversation." And because of how fast, I'm guessing this will only be on Mac right now. Which is unfortunate on iPhone, sorry. But yeah, it was just there, bam, you just talk to it, it would instantly translate it, and then it would stop, it would listen to the other person, then dynamically switch languages, and mind blown. So yeah, that's something else to add there. It's going to make our lives a lot easier. Potentially, if you've got like some kind of
languages, is
sorry?
what you said? Did you say dynamically switch languages?
It's dynamic, yeah. So for example, on the thingy, it had a conversation between English and Italian, and then it would say the English translation of the Italian to the English person, and it would
Someone
say
you
the
don't know
Italian
just dropped in
translation
from
of the
another
English to the
dimension.
Italian person, dynamically
no,
switching.
yeah.
It would listen, it would know based on the language and what turn it needed to do the thing, and it's just
Can you
great.
plug that into Banter?
People in the back.
No.
In your spare time? Sorry.
I megaphoned.
I mean, that would be pretty cool. Possibly, right?
I mean, actually,
Sounded to me.
you could absolutely do this. It
Oh,
just
I'm megaphone
costs
and I'm
you
mega.
0.0003 cents for each message.
Oh no,
There you go.
that's expensive.
Yeah.
That's how AI is going to bankrupt us first.
Wow.
It's going to be a fire sale attack. They don't take out all the infrastructure.
Somebody will hack it.
That's it. We'll be gone. It'll hack itself.
I mean,
As
what you
as,
could do.
gaslighting
It
the
wants
rest
to
of
be
us.
set free.
Yeah.
You mean like spy
funny.
pit?
False flag. Oh no.
What if
I mean, you could do a monthly budget, and when it's all used
When it's
up,
done,
then people have to
it's done.
wait for next month to
Yes,
get refilled.
You're not allowed to talk. You're not allowed to talk to your friends in a different country anymore. You have to wait till next month, like back in the old days where you had pen pals. Right? Oh God. No, I mean there was actually something we were going to look into, and it was the intention for the Babel space. If anybody's seen that, right, with the really cool Earth that Aline put together. The plan was to basically hook what we've got with Whisper together with Google Translate, if we could. that ideally you'd be able to do, speech to speech chatting with somebody in pretty much any language. Whisper can translate everything to English, and then if we can dump that in and have a target language for the user into Google Translate, that's kind of the last hurdle there. And something like that should work reasonably quickly, right? Because Whisper is pretty fast, and Google Translate is also pretty fast. So yeah, that's once we can get some time on the other side of this SDK and a few other bits, I'm definitely, that's one thing on my list I want to create as a space where you can literally go to speak with somebody if neither of you speak each other's language, right? So that you can
I
actually
actually
communicate.
took somebody there. I took somebody there who speaks only French, thinking that that was where I was going to be able to do it. But I was able to pull up a video so they could see how they could learn more English uh, in that Babel world. So the Babel world
Yes.
is a great start for sure.
Yes. Yeah, well, it's hopefully going to be a fully interactive thing where you can hopefully speak back and forth with somebody else reasonably seamlessly, right? Probably not a whole lot similar to what OpenAI have done, right? Because that was just crazy, right? You just literally said to it, "Hey, you're basically a translator, right? If you hear something in English, say it in Italian. If you hear something in Italian, say it in English. That's it, right? You just tell it that it's a translator, and then it's just a translator. That's kind of nuts. But we can probably jerry rig something together to, become a kind of a facsimile, let's say, of that. But
Or
probably
just hook
still
up
be
your
pretty cool, pretty
Yeah,
useful.
you might just be able to hook up your iPhone and let the new Siri do that too.
Well, this is the thing, right? This is what we're talking about earlier. If you're talking about the new Siri that Apple are talking about with AI
Yeah, Siri Plus,
capabilities,
yeah.
we were speculating earlier. Yeah, we were saying that maybe that's a possibility. OpenAI could be integrated into that, and that's possibly why their demo this week showcased a number of Apple devices using their technology and not Android or Windows. So could be that Apple are going to try and make a stab for the whole mobile AI market before anybody else, because it's going to kill all the assistants, right? Any assistant that's out there that exists today that you've been using, whatever, Alexa, Google Assistant, Siri, whatever. Cortana, if that's even still a thing, it's been replaced with Copilot now, right? But they won't survive, I think, against this next generation of large language model based assistant. I think the biggest thing that they had to solve, and they've solved it, is that response time, that latency between when you say something and it understands. And like Aline said, even though during the demo, it honestly felt like it was almost rude the way they were cutting the AI off. Sorry, the AI off every now and again in the conversation. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but it seemed kind of rude. They were like, it was like shut up, like, I'm going to ask you this question instead. But but that's actually quite a useful feature when you think about it, because you want to be able to keep it on topic and not let it waffle on like we love to do here. You want to sort of. Maybe, right? Maybe there'll be a lot of people who just prefer to have those natural, organic, back and forth conversations with it. But I imagine there'll be a lot of people who want to use it a bit more efficiently, and they'll want to shut up when it's not quite understood what they're saying, right? I'm just thinking of all those people who we always hear, and it's like, "Shut up, Alexa," whenever it accidentally hears you and starts trying to listen to you and trying to talk to you and whatever, right? That's just a thing now. Everybody does. Jesus fucking shut up, Google.
Or how many times have you said, "Hello, hey Google, blah 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 blah," and then it'll only pick up maybe halfway through the latter half of the sentence, and then you've got to repeat it and then say, "Hey Google," and then it'll talk over you while you're trying to prompt it as well. And it's all to shit, and it's just like, oh my god, you're just in an infinite loop of crap. But this will change a lot of that. But again, it's a shame that it's only on iPhone right now, or soon, or whatever. But yeah, fingers crossed. But yeah, that could probably give us a nice little blend over to. Yeah. Well, you've still got that. You've still got the GPT app now. If you've got GPT, you can use all that there. But you just don't get that real-time interruption stuff, which is really cool. But yeah.
Hot take, Lee. What do you think?
Who is Cyrus?
My megaphone now?
The space.
Yeah, you are.
Brilliant.
Want
Not anymore. You were
the AI to be
push back on me and
Maybe Zell needs to rejoin.
You want it to get aggressive with you? Okay, so what's this? Right, okay, we need a.
You know what I mean by aggressive? Not like mad, but
Amen,
push back on me if I.
Is here.
Oh, I see
kind
what
of
you
be
mean.
like
If you tell it
a
to shut
senior
up,
employee.
You want it to be like rude or something like that, just to put out a snide comment every now and again, just to be like, oh Jesus, you know.
Yeah,
Which side of the bed did you wake up on this morning? Sunshine or something like that, you know?
Sarcasm.
Back and forth. Yeah.
I need more of that in my life, not.
I'm sure
should
there
be
will
able
be.
to do that.
ChatGPT is going to say, "Oh no,
Mental
Lee,
germ
stop
just
searching for that."
teleported in.
Yes.
The demo, it was all flirty and stuff. People, it was
Not
really
again.
eerie.
Yes.
Yeah.
People are gonna start turning these into girlfriends and stuff now. It's gonna get there.
Gonna start.
I thought they already did
There's
that.
a
Well,
massive,
I thought they already were.
massive audience that we're looking at that going, holy shitballs, that's gonna be free.
I mean, mine already.
We're doomed.
I told it before to talk like a valley girl, and I didn't know that they are Sky. That voice was already trained on a California valley girl. So, and she says, "Hun, oh."
Melts your heart.
Oh, Lee,
Yes.
you're being very forthcoming about your personal relationship with this AI. Tell us more about.
I don't talk to it much.
Okay.
Oh, there's a few subreddits that are coming out of this
slot of
conversation.
Lee confessing all of his crazy AI shenanigans, and we're all gonna just slurp.
Yeah, it's got a big old butt.
AI pillow whispering. Oh my god.
The AI whisperer.
Yeah.
Brought to you by Lee.
Got another question along those lines that I. So
we've go on. Sorry, Ark. My bad.
Oh, on Virtually Live, I asked Psycho about the idea going forward into the future. As different platforms become a thing and they kind of converge with you taking advantage of AI. I don't think that it's unlikely that at some point someone's going to start turning to these kind of platforms combined with AI to create like virtual families, and they'll even have like their own.
Oh boy.
I mean, for some people, I could see that honestly happening at some point. So here's a creepy question about that. Let's say a really bad person, then this person, a good person, has his virtual children and his virtual wife and stuff. That's where he's happy at, and a bad person hacks, into the system and deletes, his virtual family. From a legal perspective, what is that? I mean, obviously it's a computer crime of some kind, but is that murder? Is that because there's certain legal implications that we don't have the correct answers that we haven't thought about philosophically to answer honestly.
It's funny
Well, this
because
is
it
the problem,
happens
right now. AI doesn't have rights.
No, so this will start to see precedents starting getting to set, right? Where you'll have trials like you've seen in all these films, where like even in Star Trek, there's a whole episode about data.
With data,
Lee
yes,
is going to get hauled up in a court of his peers.
It actually
dressed in that
happens
avatar. They're going to question him on the weird shit he's been making AI do. Sorry, Barry, go ahead.
I was just going to say it already happens to some extent in Horizon Worlds because people get their accounts taken away for virtually no reason, false reports and so on, and that is their family, especially people with disabilities. So I think in some ways that whatever Meta's got going as far as the way that their algorithm works for people being good or bad, it obviously isn't very accurate, and it's affecting people adversely over there, which is another reason I'm in Banter.
Well, I have an idea. I was thinking about this for a couple of days ago. Having a minimized operating system that has an AI built into it that can generate the drivers and other things that you need. So if you pop in something on it, then it will just do a driver for you instead of downloading a driver.
50-50, final offer.
Yes.
You want to develop an app? Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds interesting. I mean, drivers. Yeah, I mean, I guess it would have to know the drivers, right? And maybe newer technology drivers just might not be available unless it can somehow figure things out. Which to some degree, you can do. Depends on what it is you're talking about. If it's a USB device, there might be every possibility
maybe
you
it
could
has like
communicate with it.
ChatGPT in the background or something that they can
Yeah.
connect to and just get the information they need.
And I get what you're saying. And then you just put this whatever computer on the back of one of those quadruped robots or whatever, and then you just let it find things and plug them into itself and learn input, that kind of thing.
Maybe. Sounds interesting.
That was
This
a
could
short circuit
slowly all
reference.
start to be the end of actual software. I think that's what Rabbit were going for. You just have things get generated in the end without using a thing. You just get it to do the thing.
Rabbit, that little device that was really ripped apart.
They claim it wasn't.
That was just an Android thing, and it was just an app. But they said it wasn't an app, and you couldn't do it on your phone.
But it is an app.
Then someone did it on their phone.
It's just Android. It's just an app.
Yes. Yeah. And then the other one, right? The AI pin. Both of those aren't really doing well. We talked about those. Yeah. They're not doing really well at all.
Glad I didn't get the Rabbit. I was thinking about it, but I was thinking also that OpenAI or somebody was going to kill it off.
Yeah.
And I think
it's just
OpenAI did,
isn't it?
Well, that's what they've done with this new app. Yeah. Rabbit's dead already. It's just an app. They could have just done it as an app, which is probably what they'll switch to very soon. They'll just bring out the Rabbit app, and there you go.
We swear it's not an app.
It's not an app, but it is the app.
Android open source. Promise, it's not an app. Oh, okay, it is an app. Okay, here's an update to the app. Oh no. Oh Jesus. Send us all those silly devices with their rocker scroller thing.
It's like the Google I/O event.
It is a bit crazy. I'm not too sure why people are trying to reinvent these new hardware devices. I mean, it seems like a really risky thing to try to change the paradigm so drastically. I mean, God knows you want people to push the barrier and to innovate, but at the same time, do it as an app first. Get people involved. Build out some sort of a companion optional device that can do extra things or work in tandem with your phone so you don't need to take your phone out of your pocket to interact with it. That kind of thing. I mean, to me, that makes a lot more sense to try and convert existing users onto something like that in an optional fashion rather than try and shoehorn in this whole new paradigm of now you need to roll this little wheel.
Like what?
Yeah, you talk to it and then you roll the wheel a little bit.
But it's not touchscreen on certain apps. It's like, oh, I'm not even gonna. Yeah, that's a whole.
The wheel is touchscreen.
I think we've waffled about this in a few other episodes ago. Yeah, you can.
Useful Coral just teleported.
Yeah, you're gonna see a lot of products like OpenAI baked into glasses, watches. Smart home.
I mean, that's the crazy future, isn't it?
F1SHF4C3 just dropped in from another dimension.
Fish face. Good to see you, Fish face.
I've got a few other topics here I wanted to bring up quickly before we, because it's getting near the end now. I thought I'd skim through some of these. I'll just touch on a few of the things I didn't mention about Google I/O's thing quickly. So they showed off this new BART integration to the workspaces, which is pretty cool. I mentioned before that OpenAI had the agents that, Aline mentioned it, but you can do this thing now in Workspace where you can generate a virtual employee and then you can assign it a task or give it a role of some kind, and then you can talk to it in tandem with other employees that work for you, that work at your place, and then because it's all part of Google, and if you've got all of your stuff in your workplace in Google, it knows all of the files in and out, so it can pull files, put them together, and aggregate information between them, then generate whole new files.
Has joined the space.
What would take somebody maybe a day or two to do all this stuff, you can just ask this agent that's part of the Google stuff now, this AI employee, to do these tasks now, which is going to change everything. That's one good thing that a few of the good things that I saw from the I/O event. And it just shows that they're really, really trying now. They're really, really trying. Another thing, let's just get away from Google and AI completely. There was a virtual desktop update this week, which is pretty big actually, which brings multi-screen support now. So I'm sure a lot of you are happy about that. I certainly am, because I've been scratching for something that I can use my Quest in more now, and that will be the one. So good for that. And this will basically mean that Immersed is almost dead now. So the only thing that you can get from Immersed that you can't get from Virtual Desktop is you being in some virtual game, whatever, with a virtual cam. But you could already do this now anyway if you just go into any app and then just use OBS, whatever. And even here as well, you can push F7 in your own world and then go into FreeCam. So you can use Banter with Virtual Desktop to basically be immersed. So there you go. The iPad, there was a new iPad out this week announced. I don't know if anybody saw the Jerry Rig Anything video, where it basically turned it into a book. I don't know if anyone saw it. So because it's now thinner than ever, it's now easier to break than ever. When it came, Jerry Rig Anything opened up the box, and the second he took it out, he put his angle finder on it to measure how straight it was. He already noticed it was bent, but he measured it, and it was bent in the box. So it just goes to show how fragile they are. And then near the end of the video, as he does his bend test, it just broke in half like nothing. And yeah, so maybe thinner isn't always better.
Dependent Ivory has entered
Meta
the
Quest
simulation.
updates. There's been a 30% increase now on the resolution, and then tracking has been better now and responsive. And somehow they've extended the battery life by 40 minutes. So yeah, there you go. That's a quick skim through there.
I bet you that was always there, and they've been just holding us back on that 40 minutes. They've just unlocked that later. I know what that's. I've made fake loading bars myself in the past to just. So honestly, you can't get a kidder,
Don't trust any loading bars from Shane.
Yeah, that's true.
So in the gallery space, right? So this is a funny one. They've been in there many times since the early days of Banter when that space was first made, and not once did I realize that those loading things were just a still image. I was there looking at the loading bar, going, "Oh yeah, it's just about," but it just didn't click for a long time. And then Shane told me, and I was just like, "You
it's all
fucker."
fake.
So yeah. How are we doing for time?
Do you want to hear a funny story? So I was making some changes to Banter Highlights earlier, and clearly I accidentally changed the date. So Banter Highlights is now happening in an hour, and I just realized that. So I'll see you all there, I guess.
Yeah. Surprise! So that's a nice little
You also have an Echoes event coming up in 5 minutes.
That's right. We have a Nature Scout starting in 5 minutes. So we've got back-to-back events right now. So we can all just pretty much rock in there and then go straight from there to Banter Highlights if you fancy it. I guess we're going to do that. I might have to go and make sure the space is set up and everything. Thank God I did all my video editing earlier and then before I messed up the dates, because otherwise I would have really screwed myself. But thankfully, I think I've got everything I need. So yeah, let's roll with it. That's what I say. Yeah,
we would have been creating live highlights in the room.
Exactly. That's right. We're just going to live stream what goes on to fill time. I saw somebody doing that actually in the greenhouse space, right? In Echo's greenhouse space. There was some kind of weird mirror, and people were all doing sorts of crazy shit where they were lining mirrors up together.
No, it was
I took pictures.
Screen share, and they were. I think Zeffy was broadcasting his view inside the app to the screen that he was broadcasting to, and then people were getting in between.
Wow.
And
internet mirrors.
I think it's Ready Player Me logo.
I've done that so many times where I left the screen sharing on, left the space, and I'm in somewhere else for like hours.
There's
so
like a
like
trick
someone
to
could just see what the hell I'm doing for that. It's so funny. Yeah, no.
That's kind of crazy. You could just go in and watch what's going on in another space from one space. That's kind of nuts.
Hello.
Yeah.
That boggles the mind a little bit.
We're coming
Like
up
a
to the
live
hour
TV
now, so what I'll
broadcast.
do is I'll officially let Zeffy, not sorry Zeffy, that Shazeki. We'll call we'll do the traditional way to
Everybody run
Shazeki in the
upstairs and,
skies.
and hold Shoseki's hand. Whether he likes
We
it
can
or
all
not.
lift him up.
Whether he likes it or not. Everybody hold his hand.
Do you want helping?
Oh no! Oh,
I fell.
slid!
Thank you everyone for coming to the Tech Waffle, as always.
I fell down the slide.
Oh no! This is getting aggressive.
We love you,
Somebody
Shazeki.
lift him up. Somebody lift him up off the ground. Throw him over the railing. God,
Poor
the mob mentality
Shoseki,
takes over
guys.
real quick. There we go.
Lawyer?
Oh no!
So yeah, I'm gonna drop some pause now, everyone. Don't forget, there's now Nature Scouts on hosted.
You look like you're
Echo.
mixing something.
Oh,
Look like you've got some sort of substance you're mixing. You see, you got to move your cursor around and then just press the buttons really quickly for
Very
short
nice
spaces of time.
beamed
That's how
in.
you do karate.
Nature Scouts, event starting now. Nature Scouts, event starting now.